question first.
Gemma?
Coach, can you take us through that one? What did you like about that performance from your team?
Well, I like the fact that we were very compact. We wanted to get back to what made us successful last year, and we did. We were very compact. We were very, I would say, even aggressive at some point. We played very simple when we had the ball. I think we are not 100% on that side, because even if we played simple and if you make a comparison with the game in Columbus, we didn't lose the ball in dangerous area. We lost too much ball, and but at the end we were facing the MLS Cup champions. They had 2-3 great chances, but we had 2-3 great chances too. So I think the tie is a fair result at the end, and I'm happy that we had a clean sheet that bring us to have more confidence for the next game in Houston.
And it seemed like the first 15 minutes or so were pretty scrambly. Is that,
Yeah.
What can you take from that moving forward?
Well, yes, the first 15 minutes were a little bit probably it's the right word, scrambly. They were we were a little bit indecisive, I would say. We were in the position, but even the guys in the right position, they weren't able to get out and win the ball. I remember a play on the opposite side of the bench that we were 5 against 2, and the 2 of them they were beating us. And I think we had a moment of change in the game when we had that big chance with Cava with the header, and we realized, hey, poof, maybe we can play too, and that's what happened to the next 60 minutes. I would say we've been the better team from minutes 25 to minute 85. And at the end, they had the big chance, and Thomas made a big save. So we need to be honest and say that the tie is the fair result.
Can you speak about Cava's play today? Seemed like he did have a few chances, and he seemed restrained for the first 30 or so minutes, and then we saw.
Well, it's like we were. I think he did very well. He had 2 enormous chances, because even the let's say bicycle kick that he tried, and then the ball went to Guti, and actually Guti had the chance. But I think he did well. I'm very I would say disappointed by the fact that he took a yellow card, because that brought me to manage him in the second half and took him off because he was playing. I think that if he stays in the game more with him and Brian, we can put pressure to their 2 center backs and try to score. But it was a yellow card. He had a foul, and the referee gave me like a kind of a look to say, hey, that's the next one is going to be the second yellow. So I had to take him off. But I'm very satisfied with his performance.
Yeah, Vanni, I'm really curious. In Tati Castellano, one of the best strikers in the league,
Yeah.
playing against you guys. What was your match plan against him?
Well, the match plan when we play against these guys is normally not focus on these guys, but try to focus on the service. Because if we make something to try to just isolate them 1v1, man marking or something, no, those guys are good, and sooner or later they're gonna find the chance. I think he had a big chance. I think he's the guy who took the bar, who hit the bar. Probably, I don't remember. Yeah, but we did very well. The back 3, I think, that made a solid performance. I don't want to say I'm surprised, but they are very good at playing the ball, New York, but they're also very strong too. In the 1v1 battle, it was really, really hard to win the battle against them, against the Castellanos, against Thiago, against the 2 fullbacks. So we had always to do an extra job in order to be in numerical superiority, and I think we did well. But it's always a little bitter when we don't win. But it's compared to last week, we are on Mount Everest now. So good.
How difficult is it when you have an attack like New York's, where as you said, it's not just Tati Castellanos, but it's the 2,
Yeah.
Thales Magno and Andrade as well, who were very dynamic and very, very much interchanged in the attack. also sort of try to actually have your own attacking game?
Yeah, we had to stay very compact. I think besides the first 15-20 minutes, they didn't create too much, and we stayed very compact. We won the ball, and that's the key. Try to press, winning the ball, because they bring a lot of players up front and try to counterattack. I think we've been good a couple of times and winning the ball, going on the other side, and then attacking the space. We have to do much more if we want to win games, because that today was enough in order to not to lose, but we need to do much more in order to win games. And again, we need to be a little more clean. I think a couple of times we had potential chance, like I don't know, Daber had a ball on the side and then he decided to come back. On the side, the little thing that when you have to make the choice to play the simple pass, we try to do to a more, I would say, high risk pass, but it wasn't the right choice. Hopefully we'll work also on this week, next week. I think that's solid base to try to make points in Houston if we keep playing like this.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because goals pass completion in the first half was just 45%. And little Birdie told me that he struggles a little bit with fitness still. Is that going to be key for you to get the attacking game going?
Yeah, of course. Ryan is a very important player, and he's not 100%. He wasn't 100%, especially last week. He's gaining condition, but we've seen it today that everyone is getting into condition. Like Leo was a little bit behind, but today played a solid game, I would say, and getting into shape. I would say getting into match readiness. It's gonna be really important because we know that the league is so intense that everyone who's not 100% is going to struggle.
Great, thank you so much.
No problem.
Josh? Vanni, you went with a formation change today. I was just wondering where that came from. If it was just to counter what the NYCFC was doing, or
No, it was more for us because again we went away from our principle, our way of playing last week. So I said, let's even give familiarity to the guys, even in terms of structure. The other thing is that the double six allowed us in build-up to have always one of the two sixes kind of free and not having them pressing us too easily like they did in Columbus. So that was the main reason.
Awesome, thank you.
Hi, Vanni. Just want your thoughts on your goalkeeper's performance today.
I think he was very good. I think he made two very good saves, one after 5 minutes and one at the end of the game. He also I would say follow the game plan in terms of build up, try to play very simple, try to not overplay, try to be in charge of the defense. So I'm happy that he got this performance because, of course, he needs to build confidence. So Thomas was very, very good.
And also your thoughts on Brian White coming on, especially considering he wasn't really fit over the past week.
Yeah, we knew that Brian was ready to go, but he only had one training and a half in the last 8-9 days, and so we knew that he didn't have like the full game fitness. I asked him at the end of the game how did he feel, and he felt very well. I think he fought very well. I think he gave us what he can do in pressure and trying to avoid them to play easy. Next week we're gonna need from him also the attacking part of his game.